Hey, how you doing? So yesterday, Ian Brannon in the Kansas Constitutional wrote an article about some LGBT bills going through the Kansas legislature right now. And the article it covers the bills, but it also has a section in there and talking about you know defining woke ideology. And so the article draws from, I think, the Kansas Reflector, which is just a hugely liberal newspaper here in Kansas. And so Ian Brannon at the Kansas Constitutional, he was using their article just to show what these Democrats are, um, y- the tactics that they're trying to use when it comes to um, trying to pin the Republicans down on what the definition of woke even is. And so that article from the Kansas Reflector talks about how, you know, there's a couple of Republican representatives that are pushing bills, and they're talking about how these bills are important because they're against the woke culture and stuff like that. And so the Democrats are firing back. The Democrat legislators are firing back, saying like, oh, they don't even know what the definition of woke is, and woke is just a word that the right uses to rally their base and stuff like that. And they can't even define what woke is. And of course then they cut to the answers of those two Republican representatives who say, like, one says, oh, woke, it means it's divisive, and but it means, which is correct, it is, but it means different things to different people. It might as well be a postmodern relativist answer of, oh, it just means different things to different people. And then the other Republican representative, he just said, oh, just Google it. It's like, come on, man, what are those aren't answers, guys. You can't take that seriously. And anyways, attempting to define woke is just going along with their terms again. It's their way of playing offense against us, to play by their rules. So they'll say, we'll say, it's we're against the woke ideology, and then they'll say, we'll define it, and we'll be like, we'll go out of our way to try and define it. And of course they haven't really, they don't have a good answer. And the reason why they don't have a good answer is because they're playing by the rules of the Democrats. They need to not let the Democrats dictate what question is asked. So when the Democrats ask, well, what's the definition of woke ideology, instead of stumbling over your words and saying, go Google it, just turn it back on these Democrats and just say, well, let me ask you something, man. Do you believe that men can have babies? And if they say yeah, which they'll have to because they're woke, then you say, that's woke. And you could say, can men have periods? And they'll say yeah, and we'll say, that's woke. And you could say, is there more than two genders? And they say yeah, and we'll say, that's woke. The list goes on and on. Just turn it around on them. Let them demonstrate to us and the world what woke is. Don't make it up to us to define that. And unfortunately for us, we're stuck with these politicians that are just so out of touch with reality that they have no idea. I'm sure they hear of what woke is and stuff like that, but they're just so out of touch. And our hopes are in these politicians that their answer is to go Google it. It's like, what kind of answer is that, man? Come on. When I was protesting, I learned right away, and my motto from day one out there was, always offense, never defense. Never play defense with these guys. Always be on the offense with them. If they try to attack and they be on the offensive, turn it around on them, man. Put them right back on the defensive. We should always be on offense. We should always be in attack mode. We should never be letting them dictate, what we got to do to define this, or what rule is this we got to follow. Nope, we cannot allow that anymore. We got to do it ourselves. That takes a lot of courage as well. It takes a lot of strength, and it takes a lot of conviction. It takes a lot of boldness. It might even take some aggression. These are things that the Republicans need to start getting on board with a little bit more, so that way we can be on offense and never on defense. And that way they can't try to use these things and turn around on us, say, well, define this and you can't define that, and all this other stuff. Say, yo, you guys might be wanting us to play by those rules and define that, but I'm not playing that shit, man. We're not playing that shit. Next question, man. Moving on to the next thing. We ain't got time for this shit. We just sit around, play their fucking games all the time. You know, we got to, we gotta rise up a little bit. Always offense, never defense.